cheap homesteading, and today, you know what, this episode I should have called it Not So Cheap Homesteading, because we just bought a Traeger Pro 575 barbecue. The backstory is my wife has wanted a Traeger for years. We never thought to buy one because our other one was still working. So our other one finally got really rotted out, and we were barbecuing something, started to flare up, and then it kind of got out of hand. So I was kind of worrying that the house was going to catch fire. We finally got enough use out of that barbecue. And then I looked around and I was kind of concerned about the Traeger because you had to buy wood pellets. But we looked at it, and you know, we have to buy propane anyways for the other ones, so we'll buy wood pellets. If times get tough and we can't afford wood pellets for it, we'll just put a fire pit in the backyard and cook over an open fire. But until then, we're going to enjoy the Traeger. So my wife had a good idea to look at like pellet mills, you know, pellet mills that make wood pellets, chicken feed, all kinds of stuff like that. And you know what, they don't seem that crazy expensive. So I thought, you know what, maybe down the road we'll actually buy a machine just to make some pellets. To sell, for us, whatever, make chicken feed, who knows. So pretty much it seems like wood pellets are no more expensive than buying propane, and we've been buying propane. So I think for now it's going to be good. So today we're going to unbox this thing and assemble it. Okay, so what we bought was a Traeger wood-fired grill, Pro 575 with a Digital Pro D2 controller. Our thought process when we chose this one was basically getting a barbecue that'd be big enough to have some people over and family as family grows. They had a tailgater version, which was a small one. I could very easily see that we wouldn't have enough room to make a bigger meal if we had people over. So we decided to go with the big one right away. It was a little bit more money, but this one here, you can actually do 3 racks of ribs. I think you can do 4 chickens, whole whack of burgers and steaks. So, which is I'm kind of looking forward to. So this is what it looks like. It comes pretty assembled. If anyone's assembled a barbecue, they know that it's surprisingly a lot of work. It comes with a cookbook. Looks like a cookbook, yeah, and a thermometer. And a bolt package. It comes with a wrench and a screwdriver. First thing they want you to do is remove all the stuff out of it. You want to tip it over, and we're going to remove the box from underneath it, but then we start installing the legs. So I'll start doing that. Gently. All the pieces are labeled, so 6 to 6. You know what? I give them top marks for how they pack this box. The packaging is awesome. It's definitely really, really protected. There's one. And then this one. Okay. 2 A-bolts. 4 flat washers. And 2 lock washers. Put flat washer on first. Okay, so flat washer, lock washer, and nut. First, you're going to get all the bolts in, leave them loose. Don't tighten up anything until you got the whole thing together, then go around, tighten them all up. Just so everything lines up good. If you tighten up the legs first before you put your brackets in, it may not line up. I'm going to lift up on this just a little bit more, so it gives me more room to put the bolts in. Okay, so now I have the bolts loosely installed. We've got to find the 2 brackets that go here and here. Okay, so they're in the bottom of this box. There's 1, 2. They have a Traeger symbol nicely in them. Very well done. Okay, so now you need the E-bolts out of the package. Let's see. E-bolts, that's what you need. Put the Traeger symbol out. Okay, so now we're going to tighten up all the bolts. I'm going to use the fancy Traeger screwdriver. It's actually a pretty good little screwdriver. So that's all tightened up. We're going to flip it up now. There really isn't a whole lot to putting one of these things together. It's actually pretty nice. Most of it's assembled. Okay, so it's upright. It looks really, really good. This lid is very, very heavy. They definitely make nice stuff. Okay, so let's see what we put on next. Plug it in and put the chimney on with F, G, and H. We're going to install the chimney. It's got a seal. You put that on. So there's 2 bolts and they're marked F. And you'll need washers E and 2 nuts. So you got the nut there. And it just screws on. Till it bottoms out. We're going to install the handle now. It's a bolt and a flat washer on the inside. There's these little fireproof washers that go on here. And it just screws into the handle. So then we do the same on this side. And there's another handle to put on the lid the same way. So your drip tray sits on this edge here, and you hang your bucket on there. Yeah, make sure you remove this. The last thing should be, there's a little guard to keep someone from putting their hand in the feed auger. And then you set it down over the screws. Sticker's coming off a little bit. So there you go. I am super happy with the quality of it for sure. It seems nice and heavy. And the fit and finish is good. It looks really, really good. They've done a good job on it. And the door especially feels really heavy. So you can tell that it's well made for sure. Even the racking, everything seems to be built to last. The little guard to make sure your hands don't go through. It's probably a good idea. You never know what someone would do. But it looks really good. So the Traeger is all back together. Super happy with it. Looks great. You know what? When we looked at barbecues, I really didn't want to spend too much, but I found these things quite reasonable compared to other barbecues for sure. And they don't seem to burn that much wood chips. And you know what? There's something about something cooked on over the open wood fire, so I'm kind of hoping that we will get that with this. So we stayed home this year for our holidays. We normally go to Vermont. The borders were closed because of everything that's going on. So we decided, you know what, this is a good way. We're staying home, saving money, and maybe we'll just treat ourselves to getting a Traeger. So that's about enough for today. Later we might be cooking some steaks up on it, but for now that's about it. So you guys have a good one.